uncovering America's most haunted places. The camera light flickered once, twice, and then stayed on. At exactly 2:13 a.m., I stood alone outside the rusted gates of Blackwood Asylum, an abandoned psychiatric hospital buried deep in the forests of Pennsylvania. Locals said no one who entered after midnight ever came out the same. Some never came out at all. The air was unnaturally still. No wind. No insects. Just silence so heavy it pressed against my chest. Tonight, I whispered into the mic, my breath fogging the lens, we uncover America's most haunted places. Behind me, the iron gates creaked. I froze. I hadn't touched them. My heart began to pound so hard I was sure the viewers could hear it through their screens. Comments would be flooding in right now. Did you hear that? Turn around. Don't go in. Asterisk. But I did. The gates slowly opened by themselves, screaming like something alive being torn apart. The sound echoed through the trees, then died suddenly, as if swallowed by the darkness. The first 3 minutes weren't even over yet, and already, something didn't want me there. I stepped inside. The asylum loomed like a corpse against the moonlight, broken windows like hollow eyes, walls stained with decades of suffering. This place was shut down in 1964 after 27 patients and 3 doctors vanished in a single night. No bodies. No evidence. Just empty rooms and unanswered questions. The moment I crossed the threshold, the temperature dropped. My breath turned white. Okay. That's not normal, I muttered. The front door slammed shut behind me. I spun around, nearly dropping the camera. Hello. My voice echoed back, distorted, like someone else was repeating it a second too late. That's when the whispers started. At first, they were faint. Almost imagined. A low murmur crawling through the halls. Help us. Asterisk. I swallowed hard and forced myself forward. Every step felt wrong, like I was sinking into something unseen. The flashlight beam danced across peeling paint and rusted wheelchairs abandoned mid-hallway, as if their occupants had simply vanished. Suddenly, the whispers grew louder. Don't leave us. Asterisk. The EMF reader in my hand went wild. Then I heard footsteps. Not mine. Running. From behind. I turned the camera just in time to catch a shadow sprint past the corridor, tall, unnatural, moving far too fast to be human. Did you see that? I whispered, panic creeping into my voice. The hallway lights flickered on. One by one, leading deeper into the asylum. Against every instinct screaming inside me, I followed. The lights guided me to the surgery wing, the most feared part of Blackwood. Rumor said the doctors here experimented on patients long after they were declared dead. The door to operating room 3 was already open. Inside, a single surgical lamp swung gently, as if someone had just walked away. Then the smell hit me. Rot. Blood. Old death. The camera lens began to blur, static crawling across the screen. My ears rang as the whispers turned into screams. Suddenly, the door slammed shut. The room plunged into darkness. The lamp snapped on. And I wasn't alone anymore. A figure stood beside the operating table, a woman in a torn hospital gown. Her face was stitched together with thick, black thread. Her eyes were missing. Yet she was staring directly at me. You promised, she said. My legs refused to move. You said we could go home. The operating table began to shake violently. Bloody handprints appeared on the walls, one by one, as if invisible patients were trying to escape. I didn't. My voice cracked. I don't know you. Her head tilted at an impossible angle. Liar. The lights exploded. I ran. Down corridors that twisted and changed, doors slamming shut. Ahead of me, the asylum was no longer abandoned, it was alive. Every room echoed with pain, every wall whispered secrets that burned into my skull. I burst into what looked like a children's ward. Toys lay scattered across the floor. A music box began to play by itself. Then the beds started to move. Small shapes rose beneath the sheets. Please, tiny voices begged. Don't let them hurt us again. The sheets were ripped away. There were no children, only shadows shaped like them, crawling toward me on the ceiling. I screamed. The camera fell, capturing my hands as I dragged myself backward. A cold grip wrapped around my ankle. I was pulled into the dark. Suddenly, silence. The camera lay still, recording nothing but static and heavy breathing. Then, my face appeared in frame. But something was wrong. My eyes were black. Behind me, the woman from the operating room stood smiling. We're not alone anymore, I said calmly, my voice layered with dozens of others. The camera feed glitched, and the live stream ended. They found my equipment 3 days later outside the asylum gates. No blood. No signs of a struggle. Just one final recording saved on the memory card. A single sentence written over black screen. America's most haunted places aren't abandoned. They're waiting. And every night since that stream aired, viewers swear they hear whispers coming from their screens, calling their names.